In today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at what I think may be one of the best values going in an all-around fixed blade knife. I'm talking about the Cold Steel SRK. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me here on another Sharp Saturday video where every Saturday we take a look at something sharp. I think this thing is really sharp. It might be sharp enough to slice the tail off of some of these mosquitoes that are buzzing around here, but I'm not going to try because that would be foolish. So anyway, as I said, today we're going to take a look at the Cold Steel SRK, which stands for Search and Rescue Knife. And this is a cold steel knife made in Taiwan, which is an ally of the U.S. Not the U.S., but it is an ally. As you can see, this one is brand new. I've not had the chance to use it, and I'm looking forward to it. But my initial impression is that this is a really solid knife. I think it's going to hold up well to all our testing, which we're going to find out in just a minute. But first, a quick word from one of our sponsors. Okay, well, it's time for another Sportsman's Guide Military Surplus Minute, and I'm going to try to keep this to about a minute. But not too long ago, I got the opportunity to purchase 1,000 rounds of .223 ammo, which if you train a lot, that's not really that much. But it rained on the porch before I could get it in the house, and the box got wet. So it's not really good to store ammo in wet boxes, so I need something to store it in. Right now I've got it in 1,000 rounds and it fills up 2 coffee cans. So I jumped on Sportsman's Guide website and I bought myself some 50 cal ammo cans. I think I paid close to 20 bucks for these. These are kind of like commodities. Prices go up and down. Sometimes you get them cheaper, sometimes not. But about $19 and something for this. And by the way, I bought it. They didn't send it to me, so because I am a Sportsman's Guide member, and I think they have some good deals. So anyway, you can see this is a used U.S. military surplus. And what's cool about it is, supposedly, this can holds about 500 rounds. We're gonna jump in here. Yep, kind of noisy. Sorry about that. But what's cool is this 50 cal ammo can will hold. Okay, we dropped one. Let me grab that. So it'll actually hold a little more than 1,000 rounds. If you can see that, it is still got a little room in it. So I just put the labels in there so I know what kind of ammo it is, and there we go. Pretty cool. So again, if you're not familiar with Sportsman's Guide, they have the world's largest military surplus site, and they've got, this is U.S. military surplus. They've got military surplus from all around the world. Some really cool stuff in there. So if you like getting some good deals and maybe finding some cool stuff from around the world, you might want to check out Sportsman's Guide and their military surplus section. So anyway, hopefully that was about a minute. Now let's get back to our regularly scheduled video. Okay, we are back. So without a lot of rambling, let's take you down to the old stump top, which I happen to be sitting on because my chair has busted loose on me. And we'll get to doing some of that knife stuff. Okay, this is the Cold Steel SRK Survival Rescue Knife. The SRK features a 6-inch clip point blade of SK5 steel with the black Tough-X finish. It's 5 millimeters thick. There's a 4 3/4 inch Cray-X handle and an overall length of 10 3/4 inches. The weight of this knife is 8.2 ounces. And it comes with a Secure-X sheath. Cold Steel likes those proprietary names. The SRK is the standard issue knife of the Navy SEALs for their BUDS training program. And this knife is available on Blade HQ for $42.95. And right now the Amazon price is $34.39. Okay, so that was some of the specs and details of the SRK. And as I said, this is the official knife of the Navy SEALs BUDS training program. So this is the issue knife that the guys are issued when they go through the BUDS week or BUDS Pro. I don't know, I'm not a SEAL, right? You know what I'm talking about, when they do all that hard stuff. So I think this is not really a full tang, but it's close to it. It definitely feels like it's probably an overmolded. You can kind of see almost see the imprint of the tang here. So if it's got to be really close to a full tang. I'm pretty sure it's pretty wide. It feels really solid. You can feel the weight of the blade, the tang in here. Has a full brass lanyard sleeve. Seems like a very sharp spine. Like everything I have ever seen from Cold Steel, this sucker is sharp. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. And then their Secure X sheath, because you know they like their names, everything's got an X behind it. It's a kind of a plastic type, some kind of plastic, right? Snaps in really well. I mean, it does secure the knife in there well, and then it has a snap retention up here, has a Velcro and a snap closure here for your belt loop, which I think that's pretty good. That's pretty secure retention there. And then this thing is adjustable, so you can ride it high or low. However you want to do that, and you can lash it onto whatever you want to lash it to. So anyway, there's that. This I think it's called Grivex handle. It's some sort of a synthetic. It feels kind of tacky. I got a lot of traction marking on it. It just feels really good in your hand, and it's got a nice finger guard here. Kind of a saber grind clip point. I'm waving it around too fast for you. Just in my opinion, it feels like a really good knife. It feels well balanced too, and we're going to check that. But first, let's do the old standard redneck sharp test, and I'm going to use the other arm because my goodness, man. Okay, man, it is really sharp. This is a big old knife, and it's really sharp. I mean, it's 5mm thick, which is pretty thick at the spine. Spine feels kind of sharp too. We'll check that. So anyway, I'll stop rambling. Let's do a little bit of knife stuff with it. I'm gonna try to put this one through the ringer because it's a pretty tough knife. So we'll do a little bit of chopping. I'm gonna try to chop the rest of this little piece here off. So that'll be pretty good. That'll be about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Let's just see. And it's not a chopper. I'm not gonna pretend it is. It's really a kind of an all-around utility slash maybe even fighting knife. Just a general work knife. But man, it's even chopping, it seems to be getting some work done, man. Okay, so definitely not what it's designed to do, but it it did okay, to be honest with you. I'm not. So let's try something just for fun. Let's do this. Let's see if we can flatten that off a little bit. If you've seen any of Cold Steel's videos, you know they do all kinds of cool chopping stuff with their knives. But I'm not a martial artist, but let's just try this. Wah! You got to do the wah. Okay, there's that. So I've got no doubts this thing of baton. I don't really have anything solid to baton. That's pretty right. All this stuff is rotten right here. I'm gonna have to get me some more baton stuff. So why don't we do this? Let's just get really crazy. We'll just split this thing down here a little ways, and then we'll maybe chop it out. Wow, look at that, would you? Well, let me get up where I don't hurt myself. Not bad, I gotta say. I'm pretty impressed with that. Let's do one more, because I like doing that. That's fun. That was fun. Let's do one more, because again, I want to put this thing through the ringer, because it is, you know, made in Taiwan and all that, right? I'm sure somebody has something to say about that, but this is above and beyond what I think you would normally have to do. But man, would you just look at that? Pretty good. So let's try some curls now. All right, not bad at all. Let's check out this spine. See how well it scrapes. Pretty good on that, but you know what I really like to scrape, don't you? I like to scrape me some fat wood. So let's do that. Oh my goodness, would you just look at that? Would you look at that? Wow. So far this thing is really making me happy. So we got a big old ferro rod here. I got no doubts, no doubts. Let's see what happens. And voila. Houston, we have ignition. So, man, I'm telling you, that is stinking rock and roll cool. Okay, well, I gotta say, so far, the Cold Steel SRK has lived up to my initial expectations. When I first picked this thing up and held it in my hand, I just had a feeling this was going to be a really good knife. You know, if you've looked at as many knives as I have over the last 7 years and played with them and used them and tested them, you kind of get a feel for these things. And I got to say, this one felt great, and so far it has performed excellently. But you know, here at Survival on Purpose Worldwide Headquarters, we like to get all scientific, so we maintain a state-of-the-art, cutting-edge knife testing facility. And we always like to test the balance of these things on our balance, orientation, and rotation device, at least on fixed blades. So I'm optimistic this one is going to do very well, but we gotta test it, right? So let's do that right now. See if I get my calibration kind of figured out. I think we might be about right here. Let's just see. Oh, a little off aim, but calibration's right. See if we can do a little better on the aim. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's 5 in a row. We're going to call this one balanced. Okay, well, we're going to call this one balanced, and the Cold Steel SRK, in my opinion, is an absolute 100% bargain and a winner. This thing is, again, under 50 bucks, well under 50 bucks, and it is a really solid knife. It is superbly balanced, it is strong, it is sharp, it is well designed, it feels good in your hand, it's grippy, it's got a crazy razor sharp edge. Already said sharp, didn't I? Sharp spine. It just did everything I needed it to do, even though it probably wasn't intended for that. So in spite of the fact that I kind of shy away sometimes from recommending different things, I just try to show you the details and show you the performance of different products so you can make an informed decision. But I got to say, if you're looking for an all-around, really solid, very budget priced fixed blade knife, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to recommend this SRK, and I don't think that limb is very shaky, to be honest with you. This is a solid winner in my opinion. So anyway, and by the way, Cold Steel did not send me this knife. I bought this knife on Amazon because I had several people recommend it and wanted me to check it out, so I did, and I'm glad I did. So I hope this has been helpful. I really appreciate the support. If you want to support the channel financially, I invite you to go to my Patreon page at patreon.com/survivalonpurpose. So anyway, I really appreciate all the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.